Yeah, 1 second, I got through. Yeah. Hi. Yes, sir. Sorry, I had a
Yeah,
problem
yeah.
with the software.
No issue, ma'am. You're on time. Thank you. So our first speaker is already there, ma'am. Dr. Latika.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Pragya will start with our first speaker, Dr. Latika, ma'am, is there.
Yes, sir. So I'll start with the introduction to our speaker, and we'll start with introducing our center, about our center, and then about the webinar series, and we'll go ahead with introducing our first speaker. So good morning to everyone. Welcome to the 171st webinar of our Saturday webinar series. I am Pragya Mishra, working as a business executive at MoA&FW Center for Innovation and Agripreneurship. And as we proceed with the session today, I would like to provide a brief overview of MoA&CIA to our speakers and all the participants. MoA&CIA stands as a center of excellence in agribusiness incubation, situated at the National Institute of Agricultural Extension Management, MANAGE. Our center has guided over 754 entrepreneurs and nurtured over 383 startups across diverse agricultural sectors. Our center has trained startups in crucial areas of agriculture and allied sectors such as agro-processing, post-harvest technology, value addition, farm mechanization, animal husbandry, fisheries, dairy, commodity trading, supply chain management, and agri-consultancy. Providing steadfast support, MoA&CIA has played a key role in assisting agripreneurs in refining their concepts and expanding their agri-ventures. So the inception of this open to all webinar series by MoA&CIA aims to extend its reach and service to a larger audience of agri entrepreneurs across India. This is conducted every Saturday. These webinar series cover a wide array of topics featuring speakers from diverse domains. And today's session focuses on empowering women-led startups, and we are delighted to have two speakers joining us today. So I'll start with our speaker, first speaker for today's session, that is Dr. Latika Dhuria, Assistant Vice President at Atal Incubation Center at Vanasthali Vidyapith. With a distinguished academic background and more than 15 years of extensive experience in the field, she brings a wealth of knowledge to her role, and she is committed to fostering innovation and entrepreneurship, playing a pivotal role in supporting and guiding budding startups and at the Atal Incubation Center. Her leadership is characterized by a combination of academic expertise and practical insights, making her a key figure in driving the growth and success of the Incubation Center. Driven by passion for nurturing emerging talents and promoting innovation, Dr. Latika Dhuria stands as a dedicated professional contributing to the vibrant entrepreneurial ecosystem at Vanasthali Vidyapith. So with this brief introduction, I would like to hand over the session to ma'am.
Thank you so much, Pragna, for such a lovely and beautiful introduction. Thank you so much. And before starting, I would like to thank Manage for, giving us an opportunity to speak to a lot of startups and talk about AIC Banasthali and its initiative. So should I start?
I have given you the presenter access so that you can share the screen. Yeah.
Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, all right. Just a second. Yeah. Yes. So, AIC Banasthali is trying to build a world-class ecosystem for women startups in India. So basically, we are trying to support women startups only. If you're talking about Banasthali, so Banasthali is 85 years old university, and it's a world's largest women university. And keeping that legacy in mind, in 2017, we started Atal Incubation Center Banasthali at Banasthali Vidyapith. So we are supported by a lot of government ministries also. I will talk about it later. So we are the first and largest women-centric business incubator. If anyone has any queries, please write it on a chat box or maybe raise your hands. I will be happy to answer later on. So what actually we do in Atal Incubation Center? So if you're talking about women startups, So there are a lot of challenges that women faces, and that it's our responsibility to take care of those challenges that women faces, right? So it's not easy for them to come down to Banasli and incubate themselves for 9 months or 11 months. So keeping that in mind, we have structured a lot of resources so that they can manage their home, they can manage their work, and they can easily come down to Banasli and do the work that we are helping them out in taking their business to the next level. So we provide consultancies to them. We are helping them in networking. We are providing extensive one-on-one mentoring, and it's a hybrid one. So after every 15 days, we help them with their mentors, and our portfolio manager is dedicated to the startup that aligns the call with the mentor, and it keeps track of the action plans given to the startup, because startup has a lot of things to do. So our portfolio manager always try to push them to do the work that is given by the mentor. We have a lot of funding access for the women startups. So if you're talking about lab infrastructure, so Banasli has around 150 plus R&D labs. So startups are very much free to come and use the lab. So we have all the academic departments here other than this medical. So the startups can easily come and take the help of these labs. So we also provide business support services like Zoho and this Microsoft and AWS. So it somehow helps to the startups. So we basically help founders to make their businesses scalable and sustainable, and we make their business models curated always also. So we have government collaborations with NITI Aayog, with whom we started our Atal Incubation Center. We're also supported by Ministry of MSME, Ministry of Electronics and IT, DPIIT. We are also supported by Department of Science and Technology, under which we are providing Nidhi Prayas support and Nidhi Triple S support. So we have supported startups across India. So we have startup from Leh Ladakh also, Uttaranchal also, Andaman also. So we have a pool of good startups. We not only supports Banasli students and faculties and startups, but we support startups across India. So what programs do we offer? So we have programs starting from idea level to the commercialization level. So we do run capacity building sessions that we call AWE. It is supported by US Embassy. Every year we run 2 pre-incubation programs that we call it We Ideate, and we have a flagship program, annual program, that is incubation. Acceleration program that we call is Reinvest, wherein we help startups to get the investments. Corporate innovation program, we did one corporate innovation program with CK Billa Group company, NBC. So it has supported startup with the fund also. So we across all the stages. So we try to build local ecosystem in our campus also. We support micro women entrepreneurs through US Embassy supported program, and we also support tech startups. So we work across the area of the stages. So let me maybe talk about one by one how we support micro women entrepreneurs. So it's I already told it was supported by US Embassy. We have supported 150 micro women entrepreneurs in the 7 north states India, north state of India. We help them help in their businesses. We help them in increase their sales and profitability. We also help them in business curation and finding market target customers. So they were more of micro women entrepreneurs. So in incubation and acceleration, we have successfully completed 5 incubation cohorts. So the screening process for 6th incubation cohort is already going on. We have already completed 6 acceleration cohorts. So 4 of them are supported by some outside, 2 from GIZ and 2 from investors. One in corporate innovation program also we have done. So if you talk about what it's a overall portfolio of incubation center, so it's a 38,000 square feet dedicated space is given to the incubation center. We have supported 150 micro entrepreneurs, 135 startups across India we have supported. Out of 135, 75 has raised 1200 million, and they have created 54 IPs and have also given jobs to 20,000 plus people, and it's a part-time and full-time both. So with lot of government agencies, we are offering seed fund at each stage of the startup. So for idea stage, we have funding up till 7 lakhs. For prototyping, we have the funds up till 20 lakhs. For commercialization, we have funds till 50 lakhs. And for the growth, we have funds up till 1 CR. And it is mandate. So the mandate is to support women startups only. So we always try to support women. But male co-founder can be there, but the face of the startup and the maximum shareholding should be with the women. So we are trying to build a world-class ecosystem for women startups in India, and we are nurturing women-led startups in STEM. So let's talk about a few startups who have created some impact in the society. And she's Nidhi Pant. She's the founder of S4S Technologies. She was a first, she was in our first cohort of incubation, and she has impacted 1.5 lakh farmers. And she has made solar dryer, and that is helping the farmers not to waste their vegetables and fruits, but it can be solar dried and can be used in FMCG companies. So in and all, she has raised 170 million. So this startup is into STEM, and it has raised 120 millions, and half of the funding raised is with the help of AIC Banasili, and it is into STEM. And they are now outside India also, and they have impacted 2 lakhs plus students across 15 countries. It's a very interesting startups. The startup came to us, with just an idea that I want to sell salads because she was facing issue in obesity. So she started selling salads through WhatsApp groups. But with our help, she was able to, make the company. And as of now, she is making 100x growth and is selling salads through cloud kitchens and in a lot of MNCs in Hyderabad. So there's a startup, Climb Foods, Gladful. Almost, you all must have seen the startup in Shark Tank, and so they are into protein snacks, and they have raised 69 million in and all. So this is structure. So they are making panels out of the agri waste, and it's a very sustainable, waterproof, earthquake proof, termite proof, and the startup has raised 45 millions in and all. So this startup is AI Genetics. It has impacted 4,000 plus farmers. Though the startup has made AI-based trap that attracts the insects who are harmful to the crop. Just give me a second. Sorry. So the startup has made a AI-based trap, which attract the harmful insects and repel the insects which are not not harmful to the crop. So it's a trap, and you you can use in your crop. So it has impacted 4,000 plus farmers. So instead of pesticides, the farmers are using this trap over there. So this startup is ThatMate, very interesting startup. The startup just came as a NGO startup, but with our help, the startup became the private limited company, and is trying to provide sex education to the adolescents, and has impacted 30,000 students across a lot of schools and has raised 13 million. So she's our faculty startup, Dr. Sufia Khan. She in the lab, she's a spin-off from Banasali. She has made a sachet which can be put in the water, and it would take the fluoride out of the water, and then water can be consumed, because Rajasthan has a lot of issues in fluoride, and she has received a lot of funding from BIRAC and for making this solution. So Dr. Sarika, she has received, she's trying to detoxifying the textile industrial waste. She has raised around 10 million. Sorry, there is some issue, so I'm not able to see the picture here. She has received lot of fundings from Ministry of MSME, BIRAC, and she has been the Thai Women Global, and she has impacted, the society also, because she's trying to detoxify the textile industrial waste. Lot of wastewater was going to the, areas, and with that, the compliances were getting faced by the textile industries, and they were closed. But with this, detoxifying, solution, the water is getting really very, white in color, and the water can be reused again. So she's again a faculty startup, and she is now making the orders. So this Anuva Kakkar, she's our BBA student, and she has made dark hot chocolates, and she's also making good revenues out of it. So again, Gladful Shark Tank startup. This startup is based out in Kota and is impacting women from underprivileged background. It's again a sustainable stationery product that she is making. So this is all about the startups that we have worked with them. And here are a few of the organizations with whom we have worked till now. So here are a few of our investment partners, and these help us in providing funds to the investment-ready startups. And we are on a mission to build a national center for women entrepreneurship in India. So Amitabh Kanji once tweeted us, and for the good work is being done by Banasthali Vidyapeeth. And Modi ji in 2018 once interacted with our startups of first cohort of incubation. Thank you so much. Later on, whatever you say.
Yeah, thank you, Latika ji, for sharing very interesting and different case studies of your incubation centers are really encouraging to our today's participants. We'll definitely take up the questions that may be the after second speakers. So I request to the participants kindly put your questions in the chat box. And I request everyone to, if you want to ask question directly to the speaker, you can raise the hands. So with this, we thank you, Latika ma'am, and we welcome our next speaker, Usha ma'am.
Okay,
Hello.
so hello, ma'am. I would like to give a small introduction to our second speaker, Miss Usha Palit. She is Director Incubation VHub at VHub. Ms. Usha is a trainer and mentor for startups in various fields, including finance, funding, and strategy. She is currently working with VHub Government of Telangana as the Director for Incubation, and with incubators like NutriHub, Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology, IIT Bombay, IIT Kanpur, and the Entrepreneur Zone and Confederation of Women Entrepreneurs of India. She has been in the field of social entrepreneurship and startups for the last 7 years. Ms. Usha has over 20 years of experience in the field of corporate finance and strategy with companies like Rumi Education, Airtel, Vicom 18 and more. She is also an angel investor, and Usha, she has a BTech degree from IIT Madras and an MBA in finance and marketing from XLRI Jamshedpur. So with this brief introduction, I would like to hand over the session to ma'am.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting me to this program. If you can just share my presentation, please. I'm sorry, I'm on the mobile, so I've asked the
No
team to-
issue.
Yeah.
No issue, ma'am, that we have shared the screen. I hope it is
Yeah.
visible to you.
Yeah, it is. So thank you for inviting me for this. So let me just start with a brief introduction about VHub and what we do there. VHub is India's first state-led incubator for women entrepreneurs. And so far, other than what we are helping Tamil Nadu government set up, it is the only India's state-led incubator. We started about 5 years ago. The story how VHub started was, if anybody remembers, Ivanka Trump had all coming to India to have something called as GES, Global Entrepreneurship Summit, which happened in Hyderabad. During that time, the government realized that there is a need for a different incubation center which was meant for women entrepreneurs, and therefore VHub was established and been working for that period of time in Hyderabad. So what does VHub do? VHub has three big roles that we play. One, being a government incubator, we have access to a lot of government departments and other government machinery, which helps us ease access to government schemes for women entrepreneurs. Now, any entrepreneur who comes in normally does not know what schemes are applicable to them. And I'm not just talking about funding schemes. There could be subsidy schemes, there could be marketing schemes, there could be many other schemes. And most entrepreneurs are not aware of it because it is just in different departments, different ministries, and it's across different places. VHub helps you understand what are the possibilities, what are the different options that you have, and we democratize this access to the government schemes and processes. The second thing we do is, of course, incubation. We are an business incubation center. And I would like to stress we are a business incubation center, which means that we do not have technical capabilities, but for all business functions, whether it is marketing, funding, any strategies, mentoring, anything of that sort, we work with you. As far as technical incubation facilities are concerned, we are tied up with almost every incubator, technical incubator in Hyderabad and across India to be able to give access to our startups for their work. So, for example, let me give you an example. One of our startups was looking for help in clinical testing for their pharmacological product. We tied up with CCMB, and CCMB's clinical testing facility was made available to the startup. So we ask when there are over 100 technical incubators in the country with lab facilities and everything available, we did not feel the need to redo the work. And we just tied up with them, and any type of, whether it is AIML or biology or any other technical things, we work with the lab concerned. The Telangana government itself has also set up a prototyping facility called T-Works, which is in Hyderabad, which also for any electrical, electronics, mechanical work that can be that is needed, we can connect you to them. Then we have what we consider the most important work that we have done, and something that we are very good at, is called the ecosystem building. Here we collaborate with international, national, academic institutions, aid agencies, corporates, government entities, incubators, and we work with everybody who can help a woman entrepreneur. For us, we are sector agnostic. We are only condition we have is a woman has to own 51% of the business, and more importantly, she's a decision maker and not just the person who signs. She has to have a voice in the business. Basis this, we work with women entrepreneurs. We work with both urban women entrepreneurs, tech entrepreneurs, and rural entrepreneurs. So we work with the district departments and others also to enable rural entrepreneurship. Next slide, please. So if you look at our impact numbers, we've had about 3,180 startups and SMEs. As I said, we work with both startups and SMEs. So we worked with about 3,180. When I say worked with, here we are talking about at least a 3-month plus engagement, right? It is not they came, they took one loan from us and they went away. That is not the kind of engagement we are talking about here. Here it is at least a minimum of 3-month plus working with the entrepreneur, with mentoring, with other facilities being provided. We have raised about 134 crores of fundings, both through credit linkages and through government grant schemes like SISF, DST grants and other grants, and government bank linkages, government schemes, and also through angel and VC funding. We have about 62 partners. As I said, we work with a lot of partners. So we've got about 62 partners that we've onboarded. And we have our entrepreneurs have generated about 17,500 jobs. One thing that we're very proud of is the fact that our 76% of our entrepreneurs go through the valley of death, which is a 2-year period after which most companies shut down. they survived that. So that is something that we are very proud of. Next slide, please. So what all do we do? So we start working from at the student level. As we were working with entrepreneurs, we realized that there are not many tech entrepreneurs coming from women. So we went backwards and we found out the reason why it is there is because not many girls are taking STEM courses with a view to entrepreneurship. For jobs, yes, not for entrepreneurship. So we went back and we started working with 13-year-old girls in something called as STEM, girls in STEM. And I'll talk about more about it as we go ahead. So there are two programs that we do for students. One is called Girls in STEM. And then we work with the colleges and universities on something called as B Alpha. We also work with small and medium businesses of women and startups. Our aim is simple. It is the company should not remain a startup. It should go and become a small or a medium business, which becomes sustainable over a longer period of time. Right? So that's where we work, and we work with at pre-incubation, incubation, and at acceleration levels. Next slide, please. So where do we work? Which area do we work? We work from ideation to scale. We have people coming in at ideation stage, and we've also got a 300 crore company that's working with us currently. It is across the scale of entire business spectrum that we work. The 300 crore company I'm talking about is something that came to us when they just started, and over a 4-year period they've scaled to 300 crores, and now they've come back to us for some support in export markets and things like that. So we work across the entire spectrum of these companies. Next. So what does VHub do? We do three things. When many of the women entrepreneurs come to us, they are talking about access to funding and access to markets. We also work one more step, which is access to networks, right? So when it comes to access to markets, we work on all three, B2C, B2B, and B2G. When it comes to B2C, we have tied up with supermarkets, with online retail stores, and I'm not just talking about Amazon and Flipkart. We have over 15 online stores that we work with. We also work with about 5 supermarket chains and some smaller stores, so that we can help place these women entrepreneurship products on these. We also conduct training programs on how do you manage supply chains, whether it is on for online or offline chains. We have mentors who work with on why a certain product is doing well, why it is not doing well, and we work with each of these entrepreneurs on that. We in fact have, when I show you when we talk about it, I'll show you what we have called something called as a V corner, where we have in some supermarkets we have a whole shelf dedicated to products from VHub entrepreneurs. We work through industry bodies like CII, FICCI, or HICIA, which is for software companies. We work through these industry body associations to give access to B2B businesses for making their first sale, they're finding their second or third clients, and we work through that. We also, being a government body, we are also able to do some bit of public procurement for women entrepreneurs, because what happens is a lot of women entrepreneurs at a smaller scale are not able to access public procurement. There are some issues and hurdles to this process. We work with the government to make this access a little easier. This 3.5 crores is last year's numbers. This year we'll be ending with 9 crore procurement through our women entrepreneurs. We also provide access to funding, as I mentioned earlier, through financial institutions, be it banks or NBFCs, through some revolving funds and instruments that we have, where we get a CSR, and that CSR is then routed to our women entrepreneurs as grants or as revolving funds. We have angel investors, VC networks that work with us, HNIs. We've also worked with operationalizing of government schemes like SISF, CGTSME, and other. One thing that we are very proud of is we had a Shark Tank kind of a show where 40 of our women entrepreneurs went and show our women. to get information, wants to get access, wants to meet somebody. So we become a one-stop shop. They come to us, and the entire system is put in play in front of her. We have a lot of mentoring and technical capacity support that we provide, whether through internal team or through external mentors or through professors at technical colleges. We work with the entire gamut of things. We also have access to a lot of mentors who are practitioners in the field. So if you look at mentors, we work with those people. We have a lot of interstate and cross-country collaboration, so we can offer soft landing. So for example, if you are let's say a Bangalore-based company is looking to come to Hyderabad or Telangana for doing business, we work with that incubator to help you come to Hyderabad, work with within Telangana. Or if, for example, if you're a Hyderabad-based company who is looking for Delhi as your next market, we will give you access to an incubator who will help you grow in Delhi. So that we can do. We also work with diplomatic, give you access to cross-country research and support. For example, one of our entrepreneurs was looking to, as I said, one of the 300 crore companies was looking to export, to start her export markets. We helped her access the Australian Commission, and through them, she went for an expo at in Western Australia, Perth, and she made connections, which will now help her grow her business in the export markets. Next slide, please. You can these are the different programs that we do. As I said, Earlypreneurship, we work with girls in STEAM, and V Alpha. You can see the details of what we do. We work with in terms of tech in girls in STEAM. We work on enabling you to pursue STEM courses like drone engineering, making a drone, making a small size rockets. How do you make 3D printing and all of such things that we work with you. And it ends up with these entrepreneurs trying to solve a problem with the theoretical knowledge that they've gained. A practical application is made. Through V Alpha, we work with universities and colleges on an entrepreneurship module. Here it is, this thing is on developing a POC or a MVP. We work on developing a prototype with the colleges and getting them a business plan or a pitch, which is then presented to some investors. In fact, in the last cohort, one of our V Alpha participants got funding from an angel investment network to the tune of about 8 lakhs. So that's something that we've been able to do. And as you can see, we work with a lot of partners, which who you can see at the bottom of the slide. Next slide, please. So urban incubations, as we said, we work with both urban incubation and rural incubation. In urban incubation, we do pre-incubation programs with ourselves or with different partners. We work from POC ideation, POC level to getting you pitch ready in terms of basic MVP, stuff like that. We are talking about a 12-week, once a week classes based sessions. In urban incubation and the other incubation and acceleration, we do not do classroom based activities. We do an intervention based model where if an entrepreneur comes to us, we decide for the next 3 months, 6 months, however long she's with us. This is the kind of intervention she's looking for, maybe a market access, or maybe partnership connects, or maybe some supply chain issues that she wants to solve, or maybe funding issues that she wants to solve. Basis that, we decide on 3, 4, 5 interventions, and we work with them on those 4, 5 interventions that is required. In between, of course, we get them financially ready, get their business plans done, pitch decks ready, and anything else that can be done on in those intervening periods. We also, these are the interventions that you can see that we work with. Right. We also, because we work with colleges, we are also able to offer interns to the entrepreneurs for them to work on their business. We work across different spectrums of the partners for this program. Next slide, please. So this is because if you notice, almost 50% of the entrepreneurs who are women entrepreneurs, work in FMCG and around that. So this is our urban incubation for FMCG. We've got a program called Launchpad. You can see some of our partners down below. This is what I talked about on the right side. If you see the picture of e-corner, this is the shelf that I talked about, where we have the shelf for our women entrepreneurs. It's a limited period offer that we give our women entrepreneurs to check out whether it is possible for you to be able to sell your product. Next slide, please. Social impact, as we said, we work with rural entrepreneurs. Over 3,000 entrepreneurs in the rural sector we worked with across 31 districts of Telangana. We work with all government departments of Telangana and others. Next slide, please. These are the different types of partners we work with, whether it is corporate, international organizations, government departments, ecosystem, academia, across everything. And as mentioned by the earlier speaker, we also offer AWS credits, Zoho credits, and all of that. And along with it, we also give you some marketing things, like we work with No Brokerhood to get you into apartment complexes. We work with apps like other apps that we can offer. I'm not getting the names now. We work with that. We also work with a lot of women entrepreneurship networks, which like COVE, FikiFlow, Hen, and all of that, to be able to give you access to networks, which will help you keep your business sustaining and growing even after you leave us. Right? We believe that you are part of us forever, but after you finish your cohort and you want to grow, we offer you these networks for you to be able to continue to grow. So thank you. That's, I think, the presentation that I have. If you have any questions or anything, that I'll be very happy to answer.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am, for the wonderful. And yeah, you guys are really doing great for the supporting in the women's to make their dreams into the reality. So with this, we'll end with the second speaker sessions, and we'll quickly move to our next part of the webinar, that is the question and answer section. So I request to all the participants, kindly put your put your questions in the chat box, or you may raise the hands directly, ask to the questions to the speakers. Also, I have note down few questions to the speakers. So I'll start with the first, Dr. Latika, ma'am, that the very interesting program that you mentioned about the AW. So I want to know, ma'am, the participants who are attending, or even the our startups who are women-led startups, how they can take the benefit of this program if they want to be launched or they are looking for the market in the US, or maybe you can guide something on that program.
So basically what happens in this program, going to US market is one of the sessions, but other than that, we help them in their capacity building, right? And the startups are from idea to early revenue, right? And it can be from any of the other sector. So whenever we do call for application for the next time, I will definitely reach out. Do call for application for the next time, I will definitely reach out to you, Amit. Maybe startups can apply for it and take the benefits. And also the best part of this program, of course, it's a mentoring is very important here. They also get the opportunity to get funds from AIC Manasali. So out of this 150, so we have given support under maybe DST Prayas and Tide. So 7 of the startups have raised fundings from us. So all these were micro entrepreneurs, but they were into somehow into tech startups, because these funds are for the prototyping and for the ICT startups.
Yeah, actually, my next question to with that only, that this ideation stage 7 lakhs and prototype 20 lakh rupees. So this is cohort based applications you are expecting, or these calls are open throughout the year, so they can apply for this
So
program?
this 7 lakhs is up to 4, and 7 lakhs is under Mighty 2.0. So we will do for call for applications, I think after maybe 10-15 days. And this up to 20 lakhs is Startup India Seed Fund scheme. So anyone can apply on the Startup India portal and fill us as one of their priorities.
Yeah, definitely. And if still any information is required, we'll be going to share the contact details of the speakers, so they
Sure,
can visit and they can reach
definitely,
for the more clarification.
definitely.
So I
for
can
sure.
see in the
Yeah.
participants, DK Sharma has raised his hand, so I'm just unmuting him. DK Sharma, you can ask the question directly to the speaker.
Hello. I want to ask
Yes.
question from Usha ma'am. She mentioned about STEAM girls. So what is this uh,
Program.
that
Yeah,
please
got
give
your
Okay.
question.
yes.
Okay. So the brief, this thing is it's about an 8 week program where we train girls between the ages of 13 to 17 in different STEAM aspects. We added A for arts because fashion designing tech is also part of that. So we teach girls on different aspects like 3D printing, drones, rocket, this flying, making of radio, putting a radio together. Uh, uh, Maybe I mean there are others, data science and analysis and things like that. The idea is not a theory course, right? It is also after about 3-4 weeks of theory, they start working on a practical problem and solve it using this theoretical base that they have learned. The idea is to put science to practical use. The idea is to also develop them a little bit of entrepreneurship thinking of how do you put the science that you're learning to a practical use in the world and start making them think of prototyping and things like that.
I
So
hope
that's what
DK
we
Sharma
do.
sir, you yeah, DK Sharma sir, you got the answer. And yes, of course, you can get the more details on their website also. So there is one question from my end for the both the speakers. We also do run the cohorts and we are supporting to startups under RKVY-RAFTAAR program, availing 5 lakh to 25 lakh rupees as a grant. But to get the that quality applications, that too in woman specific domain, we feel personally is very quite challenging. So what sort of strategies basically as incubator you run to attract more women applicants or the startups? I would like to hear from the both the speakers.
So Ushaji, would you like to go first or should I go?
Yeah, ma'am.
You
Yeah.
please go ahead.
Yeah. So, Amit, we usually get the startups from our social media, but happy to tell you we don't do, we just do organic postings. But out of that, we do get a lot of applications. We also reach out to our ecosystem partners, and we have a huge, startup pool that we are having from 2017. So we are, floating the application to them because sometimes what happens, the startup at that time is not suitable for the funding. But if you, reach them again, so at this stage, they might be eligible for that funding, right? Again, might be they have some 2, 3 products with them and, they are looking some support. And you reach out to, maybe you can reach out to your mentors, your ecosystem partners. In fact, we would be happy to support you. You can, whenever you do call for application, do reach out to us maybe. We would be happy to share this with our own agri startups who are eligible and, fits into the mandate of this program.
Yeah, definitely. Sure, ma'am.
Yeah.
Usha, ma'am, how exactly
Yeah.
we it's
So for us, it's a two, as Latika put it, for us also we have, because we are 5 years we've been in this space, people know us. In fact, we get a lot more applications that we know what to do with. So that's sometimes the problem, and we have to keep pushing them, say that 2 months later we have another program, we'll put you as part of that. So that happens. But for our, so our programs are also broken up. For our pre-incubation program, where we do a cohort-based system, that we have a problem. For our incubation, it's open throughout the year. Anytime people can apply and get in. So that's the two different programs that we do. We do a lot of social media, and because we work with government departments also, we get a lot of entrepreneurs coming to us from there. We work with banks, we work with ecosystem partners. So our, as Latika put it, we'll also be very happy to share our entrepreneurs who will fall into your bucket for working with them. We also have a lot of district-based entrepreneurs, so people who are coming from the farming community themselves. So we can work with that also.
yeah, very true, ma'am. Like different sorts of programs we also conduct
Also,
our center. Yeah, ma'am, you want to go
yeah,
ahead.
please,
Yeah.
please, please continue. Yeah.
So this is the where actually we get the source of pipelines where we get the ideation stage to the startups. Like that through pre-incubation program, we are getting good starters through different competitions also. Ma'am, you are saying something, Latika, ma'am.
Yeah, so Amit, I was saying we have also good pipeline in our institute only, right? So we have a biotechnology, all sciences and technology, engineering is there. So maybe we also reach out to them and faculties also, right? Because we have a good spin-offs, not that good, but 3, 4 faculty spin-offs were there from that in the last 2, 3 years. So we also reach out to the startup that if you have any idea, maybe you can come to us and take the fundings and maybe you can go to the next level. It's not only about making money from your own from that startup, but the technology transfer is also one of the option, right? So for the faculties we also help them in the technology transfer also. So this is again a way to get the commercialization. So
Yeah.
maybe if your application opens, we can also reach out to our faculties and our scholars and students who are into agri researches and they want to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, true, ma'am. So as Usha ma'am was saying about the pre-incubation program, so like that, one of the participants from the current batch pre-incubation, Miss Shruti has asked one question. She is into the millet food processing company, and she's looking to get support maybe through you, ma'am, Septri, or maybe NIFTEM if you have any connections for her startups. Although she is a part of our incubation program, so we may be able to connect with her, our regional agribusiness incubator NutriHub, but specifically she mentioned about Septri and NIFTEM. Maybe Usha ma'am or Latika ma'am, any connections through your incubation center that might be helpful to her.
We are connected with NutriHub too, but other than that, the other two, I'm sorry, we are not connected with, but we can always establish a connection if that is, if she's looking for it. But I'm sure you also will have the access to it. So that's
Yeah,
not a problem. And establishing, as I said, we working with everybody. So anybody we can help, we will work with them. Not a worry.
true. And she is
Yeah.
also looking for incubation also, ma'am. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Latika
so
ma'am.
Amit, yeah, in our case, the incubation selection is already going on. So I don't know how we would be able to help her right away. But we actually run cohort-based programs, and fundings, of course, goes parallelly. So maybe whenever we open something next time, we'll reach out to you or Pragya, and maybe we can help her out then.
Definitely. So Shruti,
And if she
yeah,
needs any R&D facilities, so we have a very good home science department here, and they do work on millets. So maybe if she need any of the assistance in any researches, and we can definitely help her. In that case, I think incubation is not required.
right. Usha ma'am, you are saying
And if she's
something.
looking for, yeah, if she's looking for any market access kind of a thing, please ask her to reach out to us, because in about January end in February, we are doing a market access program where we are connecting them to a few online and offline stores, so she can reach out to us for that.
Yeah, so Shruti, you can do right to us also manage for connecting with the NutriHub, even though Septri we do have few connections, and also for the incubation support and for market linkages with Latika ma'am and Usha ma'am. So we'll get the help. Okay, so we'll quickly go to the next question that is coming from the UV, and similar to that, Prashant, we also asked the one question. So there is some confusion between the startups that women lead, it means it should have 51% of the stake. So if there are 3 or 4 women are involved, so how exactly they can decide their eligibility for the woman-led startup, ma'am? So that will be clarified to the all participants.
Yeah, so of course we look at 51% share, but we actually see is the major shareholding should be with women, and she has a power of taking the decisions, and she should be the innovator. It's not like कि वो सिर्फ एक marketing कर रही है, that's it. No, she should be the innovator because she is the face of the startup. Whenever we ask her to give the presentation, she has to be in the front, right? So that maximum shareholding should be with her. If in case 4 members are there, she should have at least not 25 but 26% shareholding would work. But she should have the decision making pass, and she should have something concrete in her hand as an innovator.
Yeah, so Prashant and UV, the clear message is that the woman should have the maximum share in the company and the decision
Yeah,
making. So that
yeah.
can be considered as woman-led startups. Well, I can see in the attendees, G Vijaya has raised hand. So I'll just unmute her. G Vijaya, can you hear us? Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. Good morning. I am from Chennai. My name is G. Vijaya. It's my company name is Sensovotics. Already, I am having a tie-up with the incubator here in Chennai with one way incubator. Our company is our product is related to sensor. So I want to know in what way I can be benefited. I can have a tie-up with your incubation, and I need funding and further for marketing. These support I need, ma'am. I have a technical experts from outside India. In Europe, I have technical experts in sensor, and I am working on prototype also. I am started working to build a prototype with them. With the guidance, and I am very sure that it works well, and I am targeting the Indian defense for this product. So I need a complete support from you, ma'am.
Ma'am, can I ask you what kind of sensor this is? Sorry.
Pardon, ma'am? Surveillance.
What?
Surveillance. Sir, for the usage of surveillance.
Okay, ma'am, with VHub, we will work with you in terms of getting your market linkages done. That is possible. And one thing that you should know is Hyderabad is the biggest base for defense manufacturing. So if that is something that you're looking at, we can work with you on that. The second thing that we can help you with is funding is possible, but again, this is something that I have to tell every participant. Nobody can guarantee a funding. It'll depend on your product. It'll depend on what the stage you are in, how innovative the product is. We will give you access to funding, but getting the funding at the end will depend on how you present and how you share your details with at the time of presentation. So we'll work with you on how to get you ready for it, but at the end of it, we'll give you access to also some set of fundings which are available. But at the end, it will depend on how you present, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
also
We
I
are
would
confident
add
about it,
with
ma'am.
Usha ji, the funding is actually the outcome. So you have to do a lot of things before that, once you get the funding. So maybe your business model has to be created. All such things has to be done before
Hmm.
getting the fundings.
Yeah, I am from Chennai, ma'am.
Ma'am, so Chennai is not a problem. We can.
Okay, ma'am.
So
Right.
this support is open to the
Ma'am, thank
across
you.
the all
So that is
regions, ma'am,
that
so that you can apply. Yeah.
across. You can
Yeah.
apply to us.
Yeah. So I can see another speaker, director from PL Charity has raised a hand. So I'm just unmuting to them. Director Paul Charity, anybody is there?
नमस्ते नमस्ते सर नमस्ते
Yeah, sir, you
हेलो
can ask the question. Yes, sir.
हाँ ठीक है सभी को नमस्ते जी मैं उड़ीसा से बात कर रहा हूँ मेरा नाम राजीव बिशोई है मेरा एक छोटा सा क्वेश्चन है कि जो स्टार्टअप की वास्ते में एक सवाल है कि एक सेक्शन 8 कंपनी नॉट फॉर प्रॉफिट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कैन register with a startup.
Sorry, sir. No, it has to be a for-profit organization only.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sir. So as per the
But
Startup
if you
India,
don't want to change your company, maybe you can apply for some CSR funds.
yeah, so it's a really great suggestion, sir, that for the Startup India definition, it should be a profitable company. And if you are still want to be a Section 8 company or NGO, then you can go for the CSR as ma'am suggested. We'll go to quickly, Dr. Seema raised her hand, so I will unmute him. Dr. Seema, can you hear us? Hello? Yes, ma'am, you can
Morning,
ask the
everyone.
question. Yeah, good morning, ma'am.
Okay.
Please go ahead, ma'am.
Very healthy discussions are going on women-based startups. Thank you very much for nice information and important informations. I want to know one of the incubator already engaged with IIT ISM. They want to test the quality of organic processed food like Amrit Laddu based on spinach, millets. So where it has to go for test, organic food product.
Yeah, maybe
Uh,
Usha ma'am or ma'am, you can take it.
Ma'am, just a quick question. Is it for testing whether it is organic, or is it for testing with customers?
Customers.
Ma'am, if you want to do a basic market test, I would suggest friends, family, and the nearby areas. But if you want to do it for a supermarket test or something like that, we can facilitate that. But we would like you can come apply it to us for that. But first test would be friends and family and the area around them. If they are willing to do that, we can also help you access to some. We do a lot of work with the women entrepreneurs, as I said, where if they can access expos, exhibitions, and things like that in apartment complexes and things like that. So if that you're looking for, please reach out to us. We can work with you on that.
Okay. Please give your email ID.
Yes, ma'am.
Contact
We have put already the startups. Yeah,
Okay.
we have already put up the speakers' details in the chat box. Also, we will email their contact details to you so that you can reach anytime to them.
Okay.
So, yeah, so Seemaji, I hope you got the answer. We quickly move to the next question, which is put in the chat box by Srinivas. So this question is basically asked to the Usha ma'am, to you, that when incubation applications or the calls will be open for the VHub, and how many months the program. He is especially asking for the FMCG program and what kind of help will be offered under this program, FMCG related program, madam.
So the FMCG program is for anybody who's already has a product and set. So there are three stages. If you're just at an ideation stage, you become part of a pre-incubation program. If you have just developed the product and you are looking for the initial market access and the initial thing, the market access program is starting in the month end of January. We have a program. Or if you are already set up and you some Amazon sales or something that you've done, let's say 10 lakh kind of a revenue you've already got. We've got for you to launch you in the Launchpad scheme. You can apply anytime and we'll pick you up. So these are the three schemes that we have for the pre-incubation. Feb first week, we are starting another cohort so that you can join for that. For market access, last week of Jan, the calls will go out soon. You can apply for that. For Launchpad program, you can just email to us and we will pick you up for the program.
Yes. So Srinivas, I hope you got the answer, and the details are already there on the website. So we'll be going to definitely share their presentations of the speakers and their contact detail so that you can reach out to any time. So as time is coming to the end, before to end of this webinar, I would like to make few announcement that Manage has to open the applications for the digital marketing program. So it's an online training program for 10 days where you got to know many things about digital marketing, how you can reach to the maximum audience in a short time. And also there are applications open for the Agri Startup Award for 2023. So you can register that our program to get recognized from the Manage. And yeah, do not forget to follow our social media pages and kindly provide us the feedback of the today's webinar. If you have any suggestions also that topics you want to cover in upcoming webinars, please write us and please give us that feedback. It's really going to be helpful to us. So with these few announcements, I would like to say thank you both the speakers, Dr. Latika ma'am, Usha ma'am, for really spending your time on what kind of initiatives your incubation centers are doing in the favor of women. And thank you to Manage CIA team and Dr. Sarvanan sir for organizing this webinar and all the participants for actively participating in this webinar. Thank you.
So thank you, Dr. Raj, Amit, and Pragna for organizing this event. So wonderful. It was flawless. It was really wonderful. So nice to meet you, Ushaji, and thank you all the participants. Thank you.
Same here. Thank you for inviting me, and nice meeting you too, Latika. Thank you all.
Madam Usha, thank you, madam. Nice to meet you, Usha, madam, and Dr. Latika, ma'am. Thank you for joining with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.